to talk about the subject of school accountability and bullying, and I feel that I'm grateful to have the chance to speak today. I think that everyone is aware that part of the reason that we're here today is because my son had a serious head injury on May 19th at Baldwin Stalker, and my husband and I felt that the school and the district did not handle the situation appropriately. I wanted a chance to share my perspective of what happened with the public, and to emphasize that the point of this is to make our school district a better place. To give you some background, on May 19th, I spoke to the school nurse who informed me that another child had hurt my son. My child had a head injury. The school nurse reassured me that he appeared okay and that the principal had taken care of the situation, so I did not worry about it any further. That day, he came home with a school note stating, quote, "He was pushed by another student, causing him to fall down and hit his head on the desk." And this note was signed by 3 adults from the school: the principal, the health aide, and the district nurse. My son's account of the version was that this child had come up to him and stuck his leg in between my son's and somehow forcefully twisted him off of his feet so that he hit his head on the table and the floor. My son is also able to tell us that this child has had a history of misbehavior in the past and had been sent to the principals on more than one occasion. He says that this child is sometimes not nice on the playground, and that he was afraid to be friends with him because he was afraid that he would get hurt. Anyway, I questioned why he didn't bring this up before, and he said it was because he felt that the adults didn't do anything about it. Even if some children were brave enough to say something, nothing really changed. The next morning was the scariest day of my life. I woke up to the sound of my son vomiting and screaming from pain with severe headaches. We took him to the hospital, and we found out that he had a skull fracture and 2 brain bleeds. And he needed to be admitted to the intensive care unit, and he eventually required surgery to treat this. Given how serious his injuries were, I personally spoke to the principal, suspecting that something very forceful had to have happened the previous day to cause these type of injuries. The principal had informed me that she had investigated the situation, that the child had admitted to hurting my son, and that the child had apologized to my son in the classroom. The principal's personal notes.
Okay. Next person is Joyce Main.
I'd like to defer my time to her, please.
That's fine.
Okay, so continuing what I was saying, the principal also provided some documents of her personal investigation notes, and the notes state that these things had also happened. In fact, there's also an incident report filled out on the 2nd day, signed again by the principal and the school nurse on May 20th, that described how my son got hurt. But anyway, back to my phone conversation with the principal, I had expressed how upset I was and how I felt that more needed to be done. I wanted this other child to understand how serious my son's injuries were, and I wanted to prevent something like this from happening again. But a week later, I find out that the district investigation suggests that my son slipped on a pencil, and that now there's not enough